Hey guys, so it's about time for another Model 3 update, and this time actually the configurator has gotten some significant changes. So let's jump right into it and we'll get into whatever's changed. So, of course, the Model Y has come out, Model S updates. So there is a lot going on with Tesla, especially at the moment, and with Elon Musk with the Falcon Heavy launch yesterday. He's been a busy man. But that doesn't mean that there's not been any updates here to the 3, which we haven't seen much changes for a while now. But now we do have something. So after they announced the standard range, it became a hugely popular model, especially the standard plus, which was something that I had predicted in the previous video. If you did see that, if not, then check out the Model 3 playlist. There's a lot of updates in there, and you can really see the progression of the Model 3 there. But anyways, so the standard range plus was what we thought would be the model, and Tesla did announce that it was the most popular model. In fact, it was 6 times more popular than the normal standard range because it was only something like 2,000 more, and it gave you plenty more options. In fact, no, I think it was like 1,500 more. But it was a very small amount for what it gave you. It gave a partial premium interior, more range, more pickup, lots of stuff there. But that meant that the standard range really just wasn't getting produced enough, and it led to a loss for Tesla. And we could really see that Tesla was making a loss on that model since they jacked up the prices on their other models to compensate for that. So today what Tesla did is that they got rid of that standard range. The promised $35,000 Tesla is no more. And they replaced it with the standard range plus. Now this standard range plus has everything that was in the standard range plus, but it also has autopilot included. In fact, they made autopilot a standard now. So if you go to the autopilot tab, the only thing that you can get is full self-driving. Now we'll get to that later, but let's just head back to the car quickly. So this standard range plus now is 240 mile range, 140 mile per hour top speed, and 5.3 seconds 0 to 60. The long range and performance with the dual motor are still here with the same specs as before. But if you look, the price now is $39,500. This is about $1,000 cheaper if you were to get the standard range and the autopilot. So this way they're pushing the autopilot, and in an effort like to save customers money in a way, since if you're going to get the standard range plus, and if you're buying a Tesla, most people do get the autopilot, you're already saving $1,000. So I kind of like what Tesla has done here, since this was the model that a lot of people were going with. If we go over here to exterior, the colors and the wheels are the exact same as before. And then we can head to interior, and this too is the same with the black and white and the only black interior. The white is still $1,000, but it's a very recommended interior from a lot of people, and I'll say the same. I've sat in one of these and it just is amazing with the white interior. It feels a whole lot more spacious. But now let's get to autopilot. So autopilot, when Tesla dropped the price from, was it like $5,000 to about $2,500 or $2,000 or $4,000 to $2,000? It wasn't just a decrease in price. In fact, it was also a decrease in features, which is something that not a lot of people caught on to. When they decreased the price, they got rid of the features for lane changes, and they got rid of features for like the on and off ramp, and I believe summon isn't there anymore, and auto park isn't there anymore either. So now the only thing that autopilot has is that it keeps you in the lane, accelerates and brakes, and I guess it also does pedestrians now. That's something new in autopilot too. But anyways, yeah, so any of those other advanced features are just no longer there. Those advanced features are now in full self-driving. So navigate on autopilot, which is going from highway on-ramp to off-ramp, and it even changes lanes without you telling it to. That was an update that came out just a few days ago, and it's quite exciting. In fact, with the Mad Max option to change lanes, I really like it. It also has auto lane change, which is something that was included in autopilot a while ago. In fact, it was there in enhanced autopilot, and the autopilot before that, which was in AP1, the $2,500 option. But yeah, now it's here in full self-driving. Auto lane, that's what we just talked about. Auto park, which is parallel and perpendicular, that was also there in the very original autopilot for $2,500, and it was there in enhanced autopilot. And summon, I like the little caption that they put here: your parked car will come find you anywhere in a parking lot. Really. And this is just starting to roll out to people, so it's nice to see that they've put it up here. But this is a very new feature. The basic summon, which was basically it just pulls in and out of a parking spot without having to have any driver interaction. That was there in the very original Autopilot and in enhanced Autopilot, but in full self-driving, it gives you the parking lot feature, which is very new and it is very exciting. But kind of the sad thing is that it's only within like 150 feet or something, which isn't really anywhere in a parking lot. I guess they're assuming a small parking lot. And also, they still suggest that you have eyes on your vehicle. At that point, I don't see what's the point of not being near your vehicle when that happens, but who am I to say? It's still a cool feature that's undebated, and it's still a nice feature just to see like the future of Autopilot and where it's going. Coming later this year, the recognizing traffic lights and stop signs. In fact, some people in the beta tester program have already seen these signs show up, which is pretty nice. And automatic driving on city streets that comes with the traffic light and stop sign feature. Now, all of this is $5,000, which is quite expensive for what it offers right now, but this will give you full self-driving capabilities. So at that point, when full self-driving is out, $5,000 is quite a small price to pay for that. It's up to you if you really do want to go with the $5,000 for now, but I'm honestly not sure what I would do. If I would probably just save up to pay that $5,000 now, since it's going to be $7,000, and I know that I'm going to want full self-driving when it does come out. So I think it's nice to have it now, and if you can't afford it right now, I say save up for another few months or so and then get the self-driving option. You can hold off from there, I'm sure you can, and I know that I would. Anyways, we go on to the last page, which is the payment, and let's see, where do they have something? They don't have the breakdown here. Oh, here it is. Basically, the federal tax credit is $37.50. In fact, that's going to get halved or cut in half again pretty soon. So if you do want a Model 3 again, try to get it soon before that federal tax credit goes away. California still does offer the $2,500 and this estimated gas saves, which I honestly don't think that they should include in here since that's very dependent on how much you drive. Another new thing that we see here in the Model 3 is the lease. So they finally added the lease option here, and it's quite insane. It's really not that bad. The lease payment is only going to be $520 per month. I believe for Model S and X it was something like $3,000 per month. So this is a significantly cheaper vehicle, and at $520 a month, I don't think it's too bad. And say we do a quick calculation to see how much that is for 36 months. So if we do just 521 times 36 plus your $3,000 down payment, you'll be paying $21,756 over your 3 years of owning the vehicle. Now we can calculate the depreciation, or what would your car be valued at. So our cost of the car is $40,500. So $40,500 minus that, you're going to be saving $18,744 if you do the lease for 3 years. Now that really depends on depreciation, and $18,000 will take it as $19,000. We can calculate kind of what depreciation is. So 40,500 times, say 0.67. So you already lose, actually if we do 3,3, you lose 13,000 out of the gate. That's as soon as you drive it off the lot, you lose 33% of the value. So that's already 13,000. Now, will you lose 6,000 on the value over 3 years? That is kind of tough to say. I think that you may lose that much, and in fact, you may even lose more. And the reason that I say that is because Tesla is almost like selling an iPhone, because it keeps on getting updated. So depreciation, as it is not as bad as other vehicles, I feel like it has been getting worse since they keep on adding new technology on the hardware and the software side. So it's really good and bad in a way, since older vehicles still do get the new software updates, but the technology that they add in the newer vehicles is something that a new buyer does want. So I think that it will hit that 19,000 over 3 years. So the lease, in fact, may be cheaper for some people. Unless, of course, you're hoping to keep this car for 10 years or so, which is something that I would suggest. I think that this is a great car to keep for that long, and it doesn't really seem to get old. So either way, it's really up to you, but it's nice to see that they have the lease here. And what Tesla is doing after the lease ends is that they're going to keep the vehicle, and they're going to keep it in their lot for when they announce the Tesla network, as it was announced previously. So that's basically their own version of Uber with self-driving vehicles, and they're going to use those leased vehicles that aren't in commission anymore for that. Anyways, that was kind of a basic overview of what's changed in the Tesla Model 3 configurator. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button since there's a lot of great content coming up. Thank you. See you guys in the next one.